Hey guys, Harmeet here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you something that I did a few months ago, about 6 months ago actually. I switched over to the Samsung Note 9 phone from having used a Apple phone for about 8+ years. And I just want to share my thoughts and my experience so far on this transition. First question, obviously you might be wondering, do I have any regrets? And the answer is no. I certainly don't have any regrets moving over to an Android phone system. I'm actually a techie at heart. I like technology, and moving over to this Samsung and Android operating system essentially was like discovering smartphone once again. There's a number of reasons why I still love using this system as opposed to Apple iPhone system. I still use a Mac. I still have an iPad. I still have a MacBook Pro, so I'm not moving away from Apple. I don't hate Apple, but I think in regards to the phones, they've pretty much done what they could do, and they're not really innovating in my viewpoint to the extent that excites me to spend more and stay with that company, essentially. Whereas with Samsung Galaxy Note 9, like I said, it was like discovering a whole new world of smartphones, right? So I'm just going to share some of my reasons. I jot down on my list what were the key reasons that came to my mind. One of my first reasons is the back button. On the Apple phone system, you always have to reach on the top left hand side of the phone to hit the back button. Most of the apps have it. There's no other back button. And the last iPhone I was using was the 7 Plus. So if you look at this screen, to basically tap onto the top left, you would have to use two hands. And that was really a pain. On the Note 9, the back button is just down here. So when you're holding it, essentially you just have to hit the back button and you're out of the menu, or out of the setting, or out of the app. Very easy, very convenient. So I love that functionality. The second reason is the S Pen. This is a Note 9, as I mentioned, so this has a stylus-like pen. Now, the stylus is really great. I can just take some notes on the screen, and basically I can save those when I want. So the screen's off, just take the pen out, start writing, and then you can save the note and go back to it later. It's great if you're taking a drinks order for your friends and mates. You just write them down, go to the bar, order all the drinks you want. Super easy, super convenient having that stylus, okay? The other reason is when I'm sharing photos online on Instagram or Facebook or any Insta stories, I can make them a lot more personalized by writing a message there. And that's in my handwriting. The pen is very fluid. I really find it easy and convenient to use. It has many other purposes like a remote and so forth, but for me, being able to scribble and to write and to be able to use the stylus to interact with my screen is a great functionality to have in the phone. The third reason, the multitasking capabilities in this phone. Now, Apple have always said they can multitask, on the iPhone as well, but in my viewpoint, and it's my viewpoint only, it's not really multitasking. When you have two or more apps running, being able to switch between one and two simply means I move from one to the other. The other one is running in the background, I can't access it, right? So I always have to switch between. But here on the Android operating system, I can basically watch a YouTube video while I check my Twitter feed, right? I can mount two windows within this large screen and have two apps running at the same time in the one screen, and I can interact with both of those apps, which is brilliant, multitasking at its best. Reason number 4 is obviously wireless charging. Samsung has had that since I think S7. So that's probably 3-4 years ago when that was released. iPhone 7 probably is 2 and a bit, 3 years maybe old, still did not have wireless charging. Now the latest iPhones do have wireless charging, so I agree. They're finally catching up or releasing that functionality. But the biggest feature after that is reason number 5 for me is fast charging. When you plug this baby into the fast charger or wireless charger, this thing can charge from 0 to 50% in 30 minutes. That's amazing. I'm a frequent traveler, so whenever I travel, I am in meetings with clients and engagements with clients and workshops and so forth. I might be using my phone for demonstration, for hot spotting and other things, and checking emails and so forth as part of my job. Which means by the time I get to the hotel in the evening, this phone has gone really down to 10%, 15%. And to then have this plugged in and charged meant I really need to spend an hour in the hotel room for this to charge. Otherwise, I've got to carry one of these things here to basically be able to charge this phone on the fly with some extra juice that you carry. Just plug this in for 30 minutes and boom, this thing charges like crazy. Amazingly fast charging. Now, I did see a video that in the next version of iPhone, you can, or they are supplying a fast charger capability. Come on, Apple. This has been around for a long time. Why don't you give those features and options to people who spend a lot of money and are dedicated to your ecosystem? The other feature, feature number 6, I think we're up to number 6. Feature number 6 for me is the battery saving modes. You know, when you don't have a charger nearby and the battery is running low, it's critical state, 15% less, there are about 4 different modes you can switch the phone to. And this means when you switch to one of those modes, it basically throttles down the CPU, reduces the screen resolution, screen brightness. There's other modes which basically bare bone OS. Essentially, all you have is your phone, your contacts, I think a browser and so forth. All the apps are turned off. So from that setting, 15% will last you a day, which is amazing. So you keep the phone for emergency use. Everything in the background is turned off. There's no necessary. It's basically in battery saving mode. Nothing like that exists on the Apple iOS system. So again, great functionality. They've really thought about the users and added those functionalities on the Samsung Note 9. Finally, the last one, and that's a very techie feature. This thing has something called a developer mode. So you go into the developer mode and you can fine tune and tinker with the settings on your phone. Things like how quickly it will animate and open an app or switch between the things. There's standard settings and then you can make it even faster, which, if you guess what I'm running the faster setting because I like that quick access capability, being able to get out of the app quickly and move to the next one and do whatever I need to, right? Those are some of my reasons. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I don't see myself moving back. I don't have any regrets. I'm also using the Galaxy Watch, which integrates with the phone and synchronizes all the things that I need. I've also found a lot of apps and things like that that I used on my iOS phone, on the iPhone, and now I have the alternative or equivalent app on the Android system. So if you have been wondering and wanting to switch from iOS and Android system, hopefully these few points will help you decide whether that's the right switch for you. In regards to apps and so forth, I plan to do another video where I'll share all the equivalent apps that I have on this phone and more actually. With the stylus, I have a lot more capability that on this phone as opposed to the iPhone. And I've been really happy with using all the apps and rediscovering new apps on the Android system. So thanks again for watching this video, guys. I hope this was useful. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. And if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you back here with more videos on this channel. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.